Yeah, Dewey wants the fit, lean body, doesn't he? So for breakfast, I think this is day 6 or 7 of the Over Fat Free Challenge, and it is going very well. It's becoming very easy at this point. White rice, red lentil chili with some sriracha sauce on top and some salt. So what I wanted the theme of today's vlog to be is how to get fit and lean for 2016. So I'm just gonna talk about some tips and some tricks and some things that you're gonna wanna start doing if fitness and getting lean is one of your goals for 2016. So there's a lot of different things that you can do in order to increase your fitness level and to also increase the enjoyment of it as well. A big reason why people don't go out and exercise is because they either A, they don't have the time, or B, they just don't enjoy it, or C, they just don't know what to do. So we're gonna address all those 3 issues today. I was reading How Not to Die by Dr. Greger last night, and he talked about how different lifestyle habits can improve basically your overall health and reducing your risk of getting lifestyle diseases like heart disease and hypertension and cancer and all different types of stuff. And exercise is definitely an important part of it. And if you want to be considered, you know, quote unquote, physically active, you have to do a minimum of 22 minutes of exercise per day. Now I know that you have 22 minutes every single day that you can spend on working on your fitness and your health. So I know most people can fit in 22 minutes a day. So that's not a huge amount of time to spend on your fitness. You know, most of us spend at least 22 minutes, you know, watching a lot of YouTube or a lot of Facebook. When I say that, don't stop watching this channel. Make sure you watch this channel every single day. But all the other channels out there, aside from Hannah's channel, stop watching those, just watch ours. No, just kidding. But we typically do quite a few things maybe every single day that we know that maybe it's not the most productive use of our time, and 22 minutes per day is not that much to actually be working on your fitness. I estimate that I spend between 70 to 80 minutes per day on average for riding my bike. So that's not every single day I'm going out and riding for 70 or 80 minutes. I typically ride my bike between 9 to 10 hours per week. That includes commuting and just going out for fun rides. It's not like every single time I'm going out and riding my bike, it is for building my fitness. Most of my rides, I'm not even concerned about my fitness level. It's just more so just getting out, getting some fresh air, stretching my legs out a little bit. For me, it's just kind of more about the enjoyment of going out there and just having some fun, exploring some new areas. I'm not really going out there and pushing myself to the limit every single time I go out there. I think that's one main misconception that a lot of people have, is that if you're not going out there and you're not struggling and you're not giving it your all for every single minute that you're out exercising, that it's not doing anything. You want to be spending most of your time when you're exercising in what's called zone 2. It's 110 to 130 beats per minute. It's a very comfortable pace when you're just kind of either walking or running or cycling. It's just a very comfortable pace where obviously you're doing a bit of work. It's not to the point where you just can't talk anymore. If you don't have a heart rate monitor, you can just kind of judge by how easy it is to talk. But you just want to spend a lot of time, basically 99 to 95% of your time in zone 2, which is just getting out there and just doing just easy exercise. And this is what most people don't do, is that you want to spend between 5 to 20 minutes in what's called, like, I guess it would be probably zone 4 or zone 5. Basically where you're working your tits off, right? And you're just working so hard. Basically you're experiencing a lot of muscle fatigue. It's very difficult to talk and it's very difficult on your body, but you're only doing it for like 5 to 20 minutes per week. It's not a very large chunk of time, but it's that time where you're doing that very hard interval, and you can split it up into multiple intervals, so you can do like 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, as opposed to doing it like 10 minutes in a row, which is almost kind of like a high intensity interval training, which could be like, you know, riding up 2 minutes up a hill and then riding back down and then riding back up and then riding back down and riding back up. But for those 2 minutes, you're really giving it your all. And it's that time where you're really giving it your all that really conditions your body to a higher level of fitness, which in turn helps you to get a fit and lean body. But you want to be spending the most of your time in that zone 2 where it's very easy to talk and you're not really stressing your body out too much. First things first, I'm gonna finish eating, then we are going out for a bike ride.
All right, one of my best tips for getting fit and lean in 2016 is make sure that you start off small with small achievable goals and then work your way up incrementally to where you want to be. So if you can only ride 50 kilometers in a week, start with 50 kilometers and work your way up in small increments throughout the entire year. Don't try to do 200 kilometers in a week if you can't even do 50. A good rule of thumb is to increase either your mileage or the time that you're doing exercise by a maximum of 10% every single week.
Oh yeah. Are you taking a rest too?
Yeah.
Good job.
Next tip, don't make any excuses. That guy was out there pushing himself up these climbs with his hands. Seen a guy who was riding up Mount Lemon with one leg. No excuses. My next best tip is to make fitness a consistent habit. So instead of thinking you're only going to do it once a week, but for a very long period of time, focus on doing it for 5 to 7 times per week. Make it a consistent daily habit that you're doing every single day, even if it's 10 minutes, even if it's 15 or 20 minutes. You want to make it a consistent habit. Consistency is so important because that's the only way you're going to be able to sustain it throughout the entire year of 2016. Consistency. All right, time to go home.
All right, another tip that Hannah just mentioned. What's a tip?
To do something that you enjoy.
Do something that you enjoy doing. On top of that, what I would say is instead of just saying that you're gonna go out and ride for like 30 kilometers, go out and ride to a destination as opposed to just like meandering around the streets. Like if you're into cycling or whatever. Pick a destination, go there, and then ride back. Easy as. Jacuzzi town. All right, so good ride today. I did 3 laps around Saguaro National Park, which totaled about 70 kilometers. So last final tips for building your fitness and getting lean in 2016. First thing that you want to start doing is you actually want to start tracking your fitness. And the best way to do that is to get on Strava. Strava is this awesome online kind of like social media outlet for athletes. It's kind of like Facebook, but for runners, cyclists, hikers, walkers, triathletes, whatever. If you're really serious about getting fit in athletics, you have to get on Strava. Now there's a couple of different ways that you can start tracking your bike rides, your runs, your walks, your swims, etc. Is that you can use a phone that has a data plan. You just download the Strava app and then you can just track it that way. The other way is to use a Garmin device. So this is a cycling specific Garmin, the Edge 510 I believe it is. And there's many different devices that you can get that'll basically track your activities, and then you can just upload it to Strava, and then people can comment on your activities. You can see what other people are doing. You can see basically all the different segments that are within your city or town, and then you can get a little competitive and see how fast you are compared to other people. It's really important to start actually tracking your fitness, and Strava, for me, it is definitely the best and easiest way to do that. That way you can see basically what you're doing every single week, how much time you're spending doing exercise, how much distance. You can see a lot of other different stats as well. Now my final tip would be to join a group of people that are in your chosen sport. So if you're into cycling, join a cycling group and start going out on weekly rides with them. Start searching for people in your area that are already fit and just try to join along with them. Obviously you want to join a group that is slightly comparable to your current fitness level. Like there's group rides for guys that would go and ride in Tucson, and I just probably wouldn't be able to keep up with them. But then there's other groups that I would just totally, like, it wouldn't even be a workout for me if I went and rode with them. You can find lots of different groups, say like on meetup.com, on Facebook. You can even probably find groups on Strava as well. Yeah, I would highly recommend that you surround yourself with people that are also looking to get fit and lean in 2016. And making it a social event makes it much more enjoyable and pleasurable rather than something that you're always going and doing by yourself. You can make new friends and you can have little competitions with other people, and also those other people can hold you accountable for coming out and riding every single week and all that different type of stuff, really, really good to bring in the social aspect, because then you're much more likely to go out and do it. So I'd highly recommend, on top of obviously increasing your level of fitness, is to eat a starch-based vegan diet. So you can check out the Starch Solution by Dr. John McDougall. I'll link it down below, as well as any of our recipe books are great as well. Awesome, I hope this video helps. If you have any more questions or comments, down below, and we'll catch you on the next vlog. Peace.